Yeah. Hey, we back with another one. Hey, 100K likes. 100K likes. It's weird to like and not sub. Don't be weird. Hey, we're reacting to Monique tries to expose her son with receipts and fails. Man, I think
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's popping.
watching this. Now let's
It's D.
go.
So I'm reporter D today. I cannot find a video that's covering the situation. I guess, the T blogs have not gotten to it yet, but this is an update to the situation with Monique versus her son. If you are not up to date, check out the video I reacted to yesterday about this. But apparently Monique has come out to post receipts of conversations that she's had with her son from 3 years ago. I guess she's trying to prove to us that she's actually a good mom, but this does the exact opposite. I'm not sure what she was thinking. And then her son responds again. So this is getting messy. I have saw these text messages though, so I will bring them up now. The Shade Room posted it. So this is literally her and him texting each other from 2021. And it's not even that frequent either. There are a couple interactions in January, a few in February, and she's basically just saying, "Hey, sweetness. Hey, sweet baby. I'm going to call you back. I'm going to call you later." That's pretty much what, she's saying a lot in a lot of these text messages. But they're just having random interactions. And like I said, it's not even that frequent. She has a few in February. She has a few in March. A few in April. If this is her parenting, this is sad. If this is what it comes down to, you reaching out through text a few times a month. And then she doesn't even have anything for May. I guess she skipped that month. June, there's a couple interactions. Nothing for July, August, or September. Then October, there are a few interactions. He hits her up October 16th. "Hey, mommy, are you awake?" No response. He then hits her up on the 17th. "Hey, mommy, how are your eyes feeling?" No response. Then she hits him up on the 18th. So 2 days after, he contacted her. "Hey, sweet baby." And it's just them talking about random shit. And then this last screenshot is of her husband, being very rude to him, calling him a little boy and some other shit. Definitely check out the screenshots.
Welcome to my school. It's Neo. Confused? Don't be. It's school exactly as you know it.
Yo, I really don't know none. So please put it in the comments, bro. Cause I don't know what the hell they talking about.
If you want to know the specifics of what was stated, it's on the Shade Room, like I said. But it's no like major tea being spilled. I guess she's just trying to prove that, oh look, I was in communication with him 3 years ago. And it's like, girl, how does this make you look good at all? Very bizarre. But he has responded, so we're gonna hear what he has to say. I saved watching this for this reaction, of course.
Alright, so I'm just gonna get straight to it. Hi, I'm Shalon. So, I find it unique that my video was in response to my mother and not her husband, but yet he still had the most to say, which isn't uncommon. I also find it unfortunate that my mother does not seem to speak on her own. The only two worlds that I know where daddy is used is for children speaking with their fathers and women acknowledging their pimps. Ooh. Her husband starts off by literally doing the very thing that I said that they would do, which honestly kind of made me feel as though their response was ironic because they validate my original video. Either A, she has some newfound moment of clarity, or B, she retreats back to daddy. In her retreat back to him, though, he does not acknowledge what I did say, but instead begins to create a new narrative of things that I did not say, which negates the effects of a response video. The two of you essentially created a new video rather than actually respond to what was actually said. You also brought up my father. My father, though, is not doing interviews talking about me. In quick regards to the three sons comment, under the context in which your husband was speaking, by your rationale, Ma, he should have easily had no problem saying four sons, especially since you say he knew me before I knew me. The two of you can sometimes come off as seekers of weak levels of empathy from others while at the same time sidestepping any accountability that one may need to take to attempt to address what I said to another man while also trying to make your wife victim number one has nothing to do with you. My father did not need you to speak for him. You're her daddy. not his. My mother has been speaking on our relationship for years. So to imply that only one side of a story was told when there are several articles and interviews throughout the internet discussing my strained relationship with her, filled with quotes from your wife speaking directly about me, while also providing vague context and downplaying the impact of an uninterested mother. I am 33 years old and have had ample opportunity to go to the media and tell some BS story for a BS amount of money, but instead I am on TikTok expressing my feelings for free. If the two of them were paying attention, I literally explained in my first video why I am responding using TikTok.
I think that says a lot, because he could easily go to, the media for a check if he really wanted clout and money. But no, he's doing this for free because he just wants to get his side out. And the fact that he's saying that there are countless interviews where she's spoken on him, it's like, that's crazy. So that wasn't even her first time talking about it. But when he comes out and gives his side, it's a problem. That's wild. And that was my first time even hearing about her situation with her son. I never even heard about it before, but I don't keep up with her. So
Yeah, me
And
too.
I should not have to repeat myself. My mother also states there are some people that are saying, oh, you should be ashamed of your mothering skills. You should be ashamed of yourself. This is what I say. Let's let it play out. Because the same ones that were saying, oh, I was crazy, I was deranged, we watched it play out. So just like with my son, we're going to watch this play out. First of all, who the hell is we if it ain't you and I reconciling our relationship? Second of all, it's power in a word. Nobody is playing, but I can understand why you would use that word specifically. As you stated in the Club Shay Shay interview, you had the mentality of a 15-year-old child. You required a man to raise you, and you were acting like a little girl. These are your words. It doesn't matter what context I have them in. This is how you thought of yourself as a grown adult who was someone's mother. Last time I checked, Monique fans, a 15-year-old grown adult who acts like a child but is in search of their daddy, they don't typically make efficient parents. But hey, I could be wrong. On a more serious note, to sit there and allow your daddy to address my mental health in a weak attempt to pass my response off as a moment is disturbing and insulting to those of us who do have mental health issues.
Facts.
The way I presented myself was no different than my mother and her daddy presented themselves when addressing D.L. Hughley. And her precious sweet babies ate it up. D.L. was
When you're looking for a place to call home, you ask yourself,
All the
because he's
sauces,
so
the
loud.
seasonings, and
Oh, Dad,
everything.
you're right, because they're so calm. But I, for some reason, don't get the same energy. To simply try to call me crazy is dismissive and cowardice. Attacking somebody's mental status is a clear sign that you have zero to stand on. Furthermore, what kind of person still has a text message from their wife's son that is over 2 years old, still in their phone, saved just for the purpose of re-showing it to him? What I specifically remember about that message is that at the end of it, you said something along the lines of, if you don't respond, I understand. I could care less about what your message was about. But for you to say in the message, if you don't respond, I understand, why was it then that when you and I did speak, after that message was sent, the first question out of your mouth is, hey man, how come you didn't respond to my text message? I found that to be very unique. But I did not need an explanation on how to speak to women or how to listen to women. That was not what that situation was about. My mother showed me how conceited she is in that situation that you were referring to. For a woman to villainize the actions of her son for being a man and a father to his new family simply because she had not heard from him in 2 days, as though her phone was broken and she could not check on me. Because last time I checked, I was a new parent. I didn't get a new house. I didn't go on vacation. I didn't just get a new game system. I had a baby. And in those 2 days that you did not hear from me, I was handling my business as a man and a father. But
I figured that too. If you go look at the conversation, the text messages, the daddy, her husband, he was like going off on him, calling him a little boy and talking shit because they hadn't heard from him in a couple days and they were trying to see the baby. But it's like, nigga, he just had a fucking baby. He's probably trying to figure shit out. He's probably delirious, barely had any sleep. He's trying to figure out how to parent for the first time. And you are cursing him out. And, well, I don't think actual curse words were used, but he was just being very rude and very condescending. And he did call him a little boy and like, oh, you trying to act like a big man, but you was a little boy when you was asking me how to get a car a few days ago. Like, he was just being really rude. And it's like, what the fuck? This nigga is trying to take care of his baby. That's what I assume. I'm like, maybe he's taking care of his.
See, that's like you gotta check who you ask for advice and who you ask for help. Nigga, you will ask somebody for help, they throw it back in your face. Like, what the fuck is he talking about? What the fuck is he talking about, bro? He gotta ask for help. What's your point? I don't get that shit, bro. He tried to throw it back on his face. And, bro, factually, bro, you just had a baby, bro. Why is you trying to? Y'all know the location. Y'all know y'all got the phone numbers. Y'all could call some shit. Come on, man. Nah,
His baby.
gangster.
But yes, he's confirming what I already thought. That's crazy. The fucking husband is terrible. He's horrible.
Was seeing your phone and the phones of those around you
And Monique just let it happen.
Which I wanted to believe was the reason why you did not respond to a message from your son expressing his concern over some bumps that your grandchild had on her back. You would later make it your business to tell me that you got the message and chose not to respond because her other grandmother is a nurse. Damn the fact that she is also your blood. And shout out to Nana. My baby girl loves her some Nana. The statement about money and then stating, don't let nobody introduce me to you, is not a competent statement to make because it wasn't a complete sentence, nor did the two things correlate with each other. And when did you have the time to introduce yourself to a son that you weren't interested in and didn't do the best job you could do? I'm starting to think that you're not hearing yourself. To address money, you gave me $10,000 for a down payment on a car. Yes, thank you again. Thank you. My girlfriend and I were already prepared to put our money together and get a car. You and your husband called us one day and stated that y'all were going to give us $5,000 for a down payment. We said, okay. You then called us back a day or two later and stated that you would be giving us $10,000 for a down payment on the car. You and him made the conscious choice to give us that money. We did not ask
now you want to throw it
for anything,
in your face.
but this is an example of a rich person doing something for you, and because this is, an example of a rich person doing something for you because they want to do it for you, but because it doesn't have the desired effect that they want it to have, you are inconsiderate and ungrateful. But let's take it a step further. I eventually would uncover that my mother had left me a UTMA worth $45,000. You never brought that account to my attention. You claim it was because you forgot that you even set it up in the first place, which validates my original point. Who forgets that they invested $45,000 into a child that at that time is the only child? When I was homeless and I called you to help me figure out how to access the account, you said, Shalon, I don't even know what you're talking about, and if I did, why do you think I would help you? After finding out from the Georgia Department of Revenue that they had been sending me mail to 3 separate Georgia addresses, all of which I lived at with you at some point or another. For the life of me, I can't grasp how those letters managed to slip by so many people at 3 different locations. I did, however, eventually get access to the money and the brokerage account that you had set up for me with Morgan.
Discover your freedom of expression in the all-new Super.
That's crazy. That is wild.
Express yourself.
Stanley, to be fair, what you put together for me was amazing, especially had I let it sit for a year or two, which made it bittersweet that you wouldn't have wanted to help or even educate me on how to manage what I had. My blowing through that money is all on me, and I have to take my accountability for that, and it's a lesson learned. Sidney stated that the last time that him and I spoke, I wanted to call him Dad. The actual truth is that I wanted to call him Pop. Calling you Uncle Sidney, but my mother calls you Daddy and the boys call you Daddy. It was getting a little awkward. And yes, for a very short time, I did feel that way about you. But the more things change, the more they stay the same. Oh, Black Jesus.
Not Black Jesus. Damn.
I do just want to really quickly give a really, really big thank you to the support that I received throughout this. I didn't think that was something that was going to happen. I didn't make that video to have a tennis match with my mother. I do not plan on making any more videos. This is it. I've said what I wanted to say. To me, if you're not going to acknowledge, you've already shown me that you don't care enough to acknowledge what I did say, so I definitely don't have the expectation that you're going to acknowledge now what I'm saying. So it is what it is, but once again, I want to say thank you again, man. That day before I posted that original video, I went to sleep with 25 followers, and I probably could name all 25 of those people. I think I have over like 12,000 followers now. That's really cool, man. I really appreciate that. But I just can't say thank you enough. I know I sound like a broken record, but I do appreciate the love. And best of luck to my mother in Sydney. And I hope that the Cat Williams tour is incredible. I really, really do. But when it comes to me, I'm going to enjoy being a dad and being a man and just going through life, man. I don't want to be famous or notorious for being someone's neglected kid.
Damn.
I don't want that to be my story. And I only said what I said just to provide context, not to become anything. But y'all be safe, man. Peace.
Damn. I wish him the best. This is a really sad situation, and it just goes to show that Monique was more concerned with, appearing to be right in the eyes of the public. She is more concerned with the way that she looks to people than she is with being a good parent. And that is so sad. The fact that you would get online and expose those private text conversations between you and your son, that is so twisted. Expose D.L. Hughley all you like. Expose Lee Daniels, Tyler Perry. Expose those DMs and text messages, sure. Even expose some shit you got with your husband. Put everybody else on blast. But your son, you're trying to expose that personal conversation when you guys already have a strained relationship. I think that's so fucked up, and it's so telling. And I can only imagine what he's had to endure for 33 years dealing with you. If this is what we're seeing, how you're behaving, from these couple short interactions, and we're just like, this is twisted. I can just imagine what he's had to go through dealing with you. And it's just so sad. I really wish him healing. And, we're going to lay this situation to rest. He said he's no longer going to say anything. I hope Monique doesn't say anything else. Like, just let this man go on to live his life and be a good parent to his child, because you have failed him in so many different ways. And it's so sad to see this play out, because like I said in the other video, I've seen this happen so many times, with my friends and my own family, with my aunts and uncles, cousins. I've even had, a little bit of experience with this as well with my own parents, with them, lacking accountability and not owning up to when, they're wrong. And nobody is expecting parents to be perfect. Obviously, you're going to make mistakes, but it's how you handle it after. And it's like, she's just continuing to make bad decisions and continuing to fail him at every stop. And it's just so sad to watch, but I wish him healing. That's all I got. Y'all let me know what y'all think, though. Let me know what other videos you want to watch, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!
Bye! Hey, bro. That's messed up in here, bro. I ain't gonna lie, that's fucked up. That's fucked up. But I see, bro. I get it, bro. They gotta do better. She gotta do better. Yeah. She gotta do better. Nigga got a kid, bro. That's like a moment. That's some important shit. Like, you feel me? That's something. Drop everything. I'm trying to see my son. You feel me? But hey, to each his own. I'm gonna catch y'all later.